Okay, when I figured I'd make a quick video with my phone of my flight sim setup, basically show off a few things. So my setup I'm doing has the Alpha Flight controls. I've got, even though I've kind of messed it up a little, I've got the SciTech yoke, should be down more like that, but I've got the SciTech yoke, Logic yoke, got my Logitech SciTech autopilot gauge, nav gauge, and then I created these gauges for the CRJ, anti-ice and hydraulic. I'm gonna touch up this front like plasticky sticker paper basically that I've used there. I want to make something a little bit better, but it works good for now. And clearly, as you can see, the D10, I think that's what that is, and then the test, those don't, they're blanks. There. And then if you want to look at the back of the way I did that, I have two different control boards that are made by a company called Desktop Aviator, which are really nice boards. And I've basically got a 3D print that matches the other ones. I had to split it into two, but that actually worked in my favor in a way. But I've mounted them to the top with little spacers to keep them away from the top up there. And I've got the cords running like opposite sides. The cords run down over to underneath here. I've got a USB hub. Unfortunately, though, and I have actually one of them. I have two. No, actually, take it back. I got three. Didn't notice. I got three that I can't use, and the reason I can't use them is because I've got so much data going into a single USB. At this point, it wouldn't read. I tried to, so what I have hooked up to that is I have these, which I didn't show you, these Logitech rudder pedals are hooked up to it. They didn't show you this either, but I got this digital gauge, the honeycomb, so everything except for one of these boards is not. So when you go to my computer, if you follow the two wires I have that I string around, I got two of them. I'm going to find a better way to do this as well. They go to my top USB, so I have two plugged in. Ideally, I wanted to have the one plugged in underneath there, but it did not work. And these are all being run by this program here, probably hard to see, spad.next. And as you can see, I just finished up programming the one. So I have the two boards that I'm using. There's a double pole 3-throw emulator. What that one's for is for examples like this where you have on, off, auto. There's 3 different positions. That mimics those. And then this single pulse generator right here is for the on-off switches, which I can show you them actually working. So if, for example, I flick the wing switch, which is on off, that is your anti-ice. So if you go up to here and you look, when I hit, I'm going to flick the wing switch. See, that goes off and on. Anti-ice, which is the same, got left and right. I'll show you those. And there's those off and on. Down here, I got my windshield, which these are the, again, that double pole 3-throw emulator are these ones. So let me show you those ones real quick. So those ones, they're the windshield right there, they're in the off state, so I'll put one on low, flick it to high, I'm going to go back off, and then I'll go to the right hand side, low, high, we'll flick it back off. Next to it, I have the probes. So, probe switches on. Now they're both off, so that's that one. On the opposite side over here, I'll start with the hydraulics. So there's 1, 3A, 3B, and 2. So if I go to 1, it is on off, so I'm going to flick it up to on. We'll flick it down to auto, back off. Here is the 3A. It's on off, so now it's on, now it's off. This is 3B. 3B is off, So on, flick it down to auto, flick it into the middle to off, and then this is 2, which is on. Actually, that's on, auto, and then off. Then I also have the signs right here. These signs, passenger signs, so there's no smoking and seatbelt sign, and your emergency lights. So I can even do those, which are down here. So if we go to those, right now they're in the off state. If we come up to on, you can hear the chime. Go to auto. Hear the chime. Go to off. Do the same for seatbelt. On. There's auto. And off. And then last one, the emergency lights. Let me see if I can bring my mouse over to here real quick, so you can see this a little better. I'm going to move over there. Now you can see it a little better. So we're on off. I'm going to go to on. Arm. And then off. And then there you have it. That is those. As far as these lights here, I've got them set up as well. If you look down here, these ones right here, the master battery avionics, they don't do anything. I've not set them up at all. But you got beacon, landing, taxi, nav, and strobe. They all do specific things, depending on which you have. The landing will, so we'll go to here. So I'm gonna go up to here and show you guys. So if I go to the beacon light, you can see it goes on. Now it goes off. Next one is the landing light. So they're down there. Now I've got one switch, but my one switch should control them all. So you see my one switch is set up to switch them all on because I only have one. So there's your landing lights. Here's your taxi light. And nav light's going to be the next one. I don't know why it was set up wrong, but there. It's fixed now. So nav light. And nav also controls logo if you didn't see that. And then next should be, I believe, strobe light. And there's your strobes. So that's those lights. So all of those are set up there. That's all good stuff there. I'm terrible with this camera. Over here, I've got a few things set up here. I've got, these are for the engine start switches. This is the fuel boost pumps. That's to start the APU, and that is to engage the parking brake. So, I am going to show you guys the boost pump. So, left and right boost pump. If I go up to here, that's left, and I can even turn it back off by pressing it again. There's a right boost pump right there. That goes on and off. And if I do this correctly, I should be able to still do this. The only thing I have not set up is, as you can see with my mouse, is that power fuel button. So I do unfortunately end up having to click that first. But if I click that, and then let's see if I press the APU, there it goes. It's going to start the APU. And then I can even stop it if I need to. And then engine is right there. Oh, one other thing. Down here is your continuous ignition. I actually do have that programmed as well. So over here, I have my switch. So if I go from both, if I go to start switches, I set that up as if I was starting it. So if I flick it to start, you can see engines go to continuous. If I flick it off, they go off. But if I flick it on, I can then go to here and I can do engine starts and stops, which I don't think it's going to let me yet because I don't have the APU on, but that doesn't really matter. And you can even hear the continuous. You can even hear it. So yeah, that is my setup. Just wanted to show a few people from the Flight Sim forums on it. That's how I've got my stuff set up. Oh, I guess one last thing I will show to show off all the goodies that I've done is right here. I've got a bunch of stuff. So let me zoom in on my display. Excuse my terrible writing there. So with it in its current state, this switch here should adjust my altimeter, and you can see it right up here too, 2902. See, it adjusts it, and it even adjusts it right. You zoom in, it even adjusts it here. So if it was 3001, for example, see, that will adjust that. And then you can see over here too, I can switch between FMS. I can switch between all those. That is done simply by this right here. That's what that does. I'm trying to remember what else I have set up. I'm trying to remember which one does what. Okay, so that doesn't do anything yet. Let's see. I know I have a few other things. If it's on Barrow. I can do a bunch of stuff. HPA. You can set the clock. So 1, 2, 3. So S4, for example. If you're looking over here at the clock, I have an S4 button. If I press it, I can start and stop the clock. That's this button right here. Zoom out real quick. So that's that button right there. That's S4. And I can't remember exactly what everything else. There's even range. I can press this. If I press, so you can see that button's lit up now, S6. If I press that, you can see I can zoom in on the range. And then if I press S1 again, I believe, yeah, if I press S6 again, it turns it off. Sorry for the shaky camera, guys. But yeah, that's my CRJ setup for the Microsoft Flight Sim. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hope it helps.